Alrighty, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the stream. Welcome to Mega Man Marathon 3 here on DSP Gaming. That's right, this is the third Mega Man Marathon that we're doing this year, 2025. It's the last one for the year. They've been fun. I really enjoy playing retro games and hanging out with all of you in a more chill environment and atmosphere. But after this one, we'll give it a rest, particularly because we're going to have other themed marathons moving forward for the rest of the year for the holidays and things like that. And I'm going to focus more on a lot of new games, all these new games that are now coming out. I have to tackle them all and I need the time on the stream. It just so happens that this month we have two marathons because time permitted. And this allows us to align our marathon timing to now, instead of being like the first week of every month, to be the last week of every month. So there you go. How is everyone this morning? It is, by the way, it is Friday, the 29th of August, 2025. Welcome, everyone. How's everyone doing? It's now 12:01 p.m. Normally, I would have started earlier, but we had some technical issues. Allow me to explain. So I was here on time this morning, about an hour ago, and I opened OBS, and OBS says, oh, update. I'm like, oh, okay. And I was actually just skimming through the notes of what's in this update. And it says, I guess there's an improvement to NVIDIA's background removal tool. For those who don't know, you're like, well, what's the background removal tool? Hold on, I'll show you. This is the background removal tool. This is what allows me, when I'm doing gameplay, to have my background removed, right? So they said there was a better implementation of this in OBS. And I was like, oh, that sounds good. Let's do it, right? So I download the update, restart OBS. Okay, cool. Let's get stuff going. Oh, uh-oh. My Stream Deck doesn't work at all. Like every single button I'm pushing on Stream Deck is giving me a big error, exclamation point. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? Obviously, there's only one thing I've changed, and it was OBS. So maybe OBS broke the link to my Stream Deck. If you don't know what a Stream Deck is, it's this. Hold on. Oh, can I not reach it? Can I not reach the camera with it? Oh, crap. No, I can't. I wanted to show it to you, but apparently the USB cable is not long enough. See it? No, you can't see it. Look, this is it. The device. Wow, that did not help at all. It's a device that Elgato sells, and it allows you to have shortcut buttons for everything that you want to do on a stream. Like literally my entire stream, except for turning the stream on and off, is controlled by this Stream Deck. Stopping a recording, starting a recording, switching between various different scenes, as you can see, going to the gameplay screen, turning effects on and off. It's all controlled by the Stream Deck. So it makes it a lot easier, because if I didn't have that, I'd literally have to be manually clicking everything in OBS. And that's what I used to do. Before I had this Stream Deck, it was way more complicated to run a stream. Okay, so particularly today, doing a marathon where I'm going to be drinking, I don't think I want my Stream Deck not functional and me having to click around manually doing a bunch of shit. I mean, it'd be terrible, right? So I'm trying to figure out what happened, and I know the only thing that I've changed is that I updated OBS. So people in chat are trying to help me, like, why don't you update your software for Stream Deck? Maybe then the updated software will work with OBS. I did that. Nope. Okay, why don't you update the plugin that allows OBS to work with Stream Deck? Because maybe the plugin now got updated today because OBS updated. Update the plugin? Nope. So I tried everything. It took like 30 minutes. And finally, I was like, that's it. I'm just going to revert back to the older version of OBS. So I did fix the problem instantly. So I guess what happened is OBS launched this morning, but I guess none of the compatibility works yet with anything. I would guess that, like, they probably just released it. So now all the companies who have things that have plugins that work with OBS have to now adjust their plugins and everything. And I guess that Stream Deck just didn't get around to it. It's a shame, because I would have liked to see if the background removal tool is better. Like, does it actually make it even better than it looked before? Because I think it looks really good. But hey, any improvements are always appreciated. Particularly right now, I can't wear like a hat or anything with the background removal tool. It's not good enough. It basically deletes the hat. So I was like, oh, maybe that'll be good, but nope. What can you do, right? So that's why I was late. Sorry. Normally the stream would have started around 11:15. Instead, it started past 11:30, and now here we are, just starting this marathon at noon. But it is what it is, right? So good stuff. And thank you guys for being here. Let's say, first of all, let's say hello to everyone. Good morning to Dab Hands, to Chris, to Bookworm, to Dvakin. We've got Trongate's Legacy. We've got Ortega, RGB King, Daily Demo. Let's see here. Who else is here? I know that it's all thrown off here. Oh, Original Grant is here. I know we're all thrown off here because it's a little late. I know more people will be joining once we get into the swing of things, but my bad for being late. Obviously, it wasn't my intention. I was ready. I was here on time, raring to go. As you can see, today, since it's our final Mega Man Marathon, I said, I'll wear a Mega Man shirt for it. I've had this shirt for like 12, 13 years, seriously, and I wore it all the time in streams and videos back in the day. I haven't worn it in a long time. I said, let's bust out the Mega Man for the final Mega Man Marathon of 2025. I thought it would be pretty cool. Original Grant asks, does it smell like beer in my studio? If you wonder why he's asking that, it's a good reason. Last night, I did a special edition of DSP Tries It where I tried a flight of beers. There was a beer from Denmark, a beer from Germany, a beer from Thailand, and a beer from Japan. And it was a head-to-head taste test I did right here. But when I opened the first can and I went to pour it into a glass so you could see the beer and its consistency and all that, it spilled everywhere. It literally just poured right down on my crotch. So my legs and my shorts were soaked. The chair was soaked. The floor was soaked. But the good news is I did, dry everything. And I don't seem to smell anything. So I think we're good. Also, it didn't, surprisingly enough, it did not stain the chair. I thought it would have stained the chair. But again, I guess I dried it fast enough that it's not stained. So that's good. And no stain on the floor. I have an air freshener in here anyway, but I don't know if that's the reason. Maybe it's masking it, or maybe there just is no smell. I don't know. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that was a disaster. If you didn't see that yet, that video was live over on DSP Reacts. Now, it's only been live for like 10 hours, not even. So I'm curious. Oh, I take it back. It's been live for about 12 hours. I'm curious how it's going to do. Right now, it's got about 400 views. Typically, DSP Tries It gets between 1,000 to 2,000 views. But this is different. This is not me taste testing food like the show usually is. This is me doing beers and comparing the beers and telling you which is my favorite out of these 4 beers. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Let's see. You guys, watch it. Let me know what you think. Like I said during that episode, if you guys really like it, I can do other things similar to that. Maybe I can try other kinds of liquor, like hard liquor. Maybe we could try different beers that are different kinds of beer. Maybe I could try local beers because there's a ton of local brews out here that are wild things. They have like crazy names and everything and all these different flavors and features. Maybe I could do that. So please give it a look. Let me know what you think and we'll go from there. Okay, cool. Thank you. Ross is complimenting my cheese shirt. Thank you, Ross. Yes, hi, Eld. So let's talk about today now. Now let's get on topic for what we're doing today. Today is Mega Man Marathon 3. All right? The first marathon, I played Mega Man 1 through 4. No, 1 through 3. And we barely got it done because if you remember, I was inebriated and I was trying to beat Mega Man 1. It took forever. Mega Man 1's a tough game. It is. Like, it doesn't have any of the modern features, right? No sliding, no like a bunch of rush assists, no freaking charge shot, nothing, right? So that's a hard one, okay? So the first marathon, that was back in January. I barely got through it, but I finished Mega Man 1 through 3, okay? Mega Man Marathon 2, which was the first week of this month, we beat Mega Man 4 and 5, and we got through the first half of 6, okay? But that was it. We didn't get to finish 6. We killed the Robot Masters, and then I was out of time. So today, the goal is to get through the second half of Mega Man 6, which is obviously all the boss stages and all of that, and then Mega Man 7 and 8. But the difference here is very important. I have never played Mega Man 7 or 8 before. So I don't know how I'm going to do. I've heard Mega Man 7 is on SNES, and I heard it's a very difficult game. Keep in mind, at the same time, parallel to Mega Man 7, there was the Mega Man X series. So I don't know if it's going to be similar to that or whatever. I don't know. I guess we're going to have to see. And Mega Man 8 apparently is a PlayStation 1 game. And that has cutscenes and everything in it, like anime cutscenes. So we're going to have to see how this goes today. All right. I don't know how it's going to go. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we do well and we can beat all these games today. If not, no worries. We can always in the future do another Mega Man marathon, but it would not be this year. At this point, 3 Mega Man events, I think, is enough in 1 year. We could always go back at a later date. And keep in mind, this is just the Mega Man original games marathon. There's Mega Man X. Mega Man X is a great series, and maybe one day I'd like to do a Mega Man X marathon as well. Those games are longer, though. Like, they're much longer than typical Mega Man games because those are all on SNES. So those, I might have to leave it to like 1 or only 2 games during a whole marathon, maybe next year. We'll see. So far, these marathons have done well. You know, we have people coming by, engaging and supporting these marathons. So I have no complaints. They've done pretty good. And, you know, hoping that people will actually show up again today. However, you don't really know. You know, I've already done a Mega Man marathon this month, albeit it was at the very beginning. But, you know, doing another one in the same month, maybe people are going to be like, oh, there's just too much Mega Man in 1 month. I hope not. You know, after this, we are just basically doing a whole bunch of modern games for the rest of the year. You know, like it's going to be all new releases. I mean, right now I'm getting into all these new releases. There's more coming out pretty much weekly. So I'll be busy with that for the rest of the year. There will be more marathons. In September, we're aiming to do a worst games ever marathon where we actually purposefully play games known to be bad. Okay. In October, obviously, we're going to do a Halloween horror games marathon. In November, I don't know what we're doing this year. We might just do something random. I'm not sure. But I always do something around that weekend of Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving / Black Friday. So we'll probably do the same. And then Christmas marathon every year is a hoot. We usually just do a big variety of games. We have all kinds of holiday festivities. I dress up in ugly Christmas sweaters for it. So should be a great thing coming up this year. All right. So this will be the final real retro gaming that we're doing in 2025. So if you're ready for that, buckle up and get ready for some chill fun today. If not, if this isn't your cup of tea, so you can still hang out and we can have a good time, but understand that, you know, this is going to be all retro gaming and drinking and chilling. If it's not your cup of tea, maybe you don't want to stick around today. Maybe you want to come back on Sunday when I'll continue with the Metal Gear Solid Delta. And when I do my truck sim stream, you know, this week coming up will be a lot of good variety because we're going to have Metal Gear Solid Delta, the continuation and beginning of GTA 4's Ballad of Gay Tony DLC, more Suikoden 2 HD. We're going to have chill streaming with Truck Sim. We're actually going to have Gears of War now on late streams for some multiplayer variety. It's going to be a good week coming up. Oh, and Kronos, or Kronos, I should say. A New Dawn actually starts at the end of the week, too. So good stuff coming up this week on DSP Gaming after my break tomorrow. Okay? Cool. All right. So, I hope you're all doing well. How's everyone doing this morning? Bizlier says, will you also do Mega Man 9 and 10 in the future at some point? I'd like to. I would like to. I think that this, you know, it opens the gates to do more events like this because they've done well. As long as these events do well, I would definitely like to do more in the future. Okay? No, I'm not doing No Shave November. What controller will I use? I'm going to use the Elite. Let me get it again, the Elite 2, and there's a good reason for it. I'm going to use the Elite 2 for this marathon. Last marathon, I tried to use the Machinike was it the G5 V2 Pro or something like that? Or G Pro V2? I forget what it's called. It's a good controller, the Machinike, but the battery only lasted 5 hours. So I played from like, you know, I think I started around like 1 p.m. and I played till like 6 and it died. And I was like, oh, that sucks. And I had to switch over to this one anyway. This one I know has a pretty good battery. So I'll just play with this one all day. There you go. We'll use the Pro. Okay, cool. Oh yeah. We have Proto Man here. You know what? Since it is the final Mega Man Marathon, we might as well get the Blue Bomber up there. There you go. Get Mega Man up there, right? for his marathon. I don't know if Proto Man will be in Mega Man 7 or 8. I never played them, so maybe he's not even part of it, in which case, let's get him out of that background. Let's get Mega Man up there, right? Cool. Okay. Will I ever do a pure drinking stream where all I do is drink all day and chill? No, because here's the thing. All right. Think about when I drink on a stream. So Truck Sim once a week, I have a couple of light drinks, right? No big deal. Last night, as an exception, we did DSP tries a flight of beers. I didn't really drink that much. To be honest, between all those beers, I don't even think I drank a single beer, you know? And I didn't drink any more. After that, I got rid of those. The real times when I drink are these marathons. And because I do it the way I do it, where every $100 of support that I receive, I take a shot, which we didn't even talk about. I guess we should talk about that. I pace myself. And I usually have a big meal right in the middle of these marathons. I do have snacks and things as well that I can have during the marathon if I need them. So that way I'm not always just drinking on an empty stomach, right? So that's the thing. If I were to do a stream where the entire theme of the stream is drinking, that's not very good. It's not good for you. It's harmful to you. Sadly, there's a lot of streamers out there that do this kind of crap. I'm not behind that at all. All right. I mean, how many horror stories do we have to hear about people going to the hospital, having their legs removed? Do we really need that? I mean, it's not good. So, I don't want to become the drunken streamer. I don't want to become the guy that just sits around drinking all day. Okay. I want the drinking to be the special event, not the norm. Okay. There you go. Okay. Let's talk about it now. All right. About today, how this is going to go down and how things will go down with the shots and everything. So today I'm doing Mega Man's 6 second half. So all the boss stages in the finale of Mega Man 6. And then we're doing 7 and 8. I don't know if I'll finish them all. I'll do my best to try to finish them. In general, when I do a marathon, it's an ongoing stream that doesn't end. And usually it starts around 11 to 12. We started around 11:30 today. And it usually goes till about 9 p.m., sometimes 9:30-ish. It depends. So I'm going to do my best to get through these games in the time that we have. I don't know. I've never played Mega Man 7 and 8. They could be pretty darn hard. I don't know. So here's how it works. During the course of today, I'll be chilling and I'll be interacting with all of you, which is as much of an interactive hangout session as it is a serious Let's Play Mega Man session. Okay. So if you guys have questions you want to throw my way, you want to talk or whatever, today's a good day to do that. Now, for every $100 of support that I raise today on stream, I'm going to take a shot. We have several options for liquor that I can drink during today's stream. Would you like to know what they are? I'll get them ready. Okay. So option number 1 is this rum, which is called Flor de Caña. It's actually ridiculously good. Like, I never tried it before, and I bought it, and I started drinking it. I was like, oh my God, this is like incredibly smooth rum. It tastes great. It's much better than other rum that's like too strong or biting. It's a very smooth flavor. It's sweet. It's absolutely delicious. Okay. So Flor de Caña rum, high grade rum. That's one option for today for shots. Okay. Option number 2 would be El Jimador tequila. Now, I've had this before on stream. As you can see, it's a bottle I've already drank from. So El Jimador tequila, which is quite good. It's also a very smooth tequila. I like it. So we'll have that as options. And now the third option for today. This is the stronger one. Bullet bourbon whiskey. Bullet bourbon. Okay. Pretty good stuff. It's again very smooth and great flavor. This is the strongest of all of them. I want to say this is like 45%. Getting bad. I need to get I'm gonna have to get glasses for up close because I can't see. I need my reading glasses to read anything now. 45%. Yeah, it's 45% alcoholic volume. So that is the strongest of all of them. Okay. Cool. So there you go. So we have all these available for shots for raising $100. Okay. Now we also have some leftovers. These are literally leftover from previous marathons this year. What do we have left? We have 99 pink lemonade, 99 pineapples, 99 black cherry, and 99 oranges. Okay. Technically, those are even stronger than anything over there, but they're more like party shots. It's not high grade, liquor or anything. Out of all that stuff I just showed you, the highest grade is definitely the whiskey. But the rum, everyone thinks of rum as like low quality. That rum is actually a pretty good quality rum. So if you want me to drink these, I'll drink them too. But for now, the focus today will likely be the other hard liquors, and you guys can pick which one I'm going to take for every $100 raised. So speaking of which, where are we? How are we doing this week? So obviously we had a great week. Okay, we did. Great support. I hit my goal earlier in the week so that we could do DSP Tries It last night. The next DSP Tries It, for those who don't know, I announced this yesterday, is a tie-in with my Metal Gear Solid Delta, playthrough. So in Metal Gear Solid Delta, or even just regular Metal Gear Solid 3, there's an item that you get. It's called Calorie Mate. And you eat it, and you gain a whole bunch of stamina back. It's one of the best, recovery items in the game, okay? Now, when I played this game, I had no idea that Calorie Mate was a real thing. And then someone actually emailed me this week and said, hey, if you're looking for a unique DSP Tries It, Calorie Mate, you can get it. You can order it and actually do a taste test. And the good news is it's not just one product. They have a ton. So I looked it up, and there's actually a variety pack of Calorie Mate that was available on Amazon, and I ordered it. It's actually coming today. So if it arrives, and actually it claims it's arriving this afternoon, we can actually take a quick look at it. I'm not going to do a taste test today, but we can look at it when it arrives and see on stream how it looks. So this is pretty interesting. A DSP Tries It, where we're going to be trying the real life counterpart of an in-game item that everyone has used when they play Metal Gear Solid 3. Is it any good? Well, there's 4 flavors. There's, I think, fruit, maple, cheese, and oh crap, I forgot the other one. There's one more. There's 4 flavors to this thing. So it'll be neat to try them out and see if they're any good. And I can review them for their, not their flavor, but also I can take a look at their nutritional values and things when they show up and let you know what I think. That'll be a very unique DSP Tries It for when we hit 40 goals this week. Okay? So we're currently at 32. And I'm curious how we'll do today. Typically, with marathons, we do pretty darn good for support. So we'll see how it goes today. And hopefully we can hit a few goals, and maybe we could do that DSP Tries It, early to mid next week. It'll be perfect because we'll tie in with the playthrough that I'm actually doing. Okay? All right. So that being said, can we get some support going today? All right. I understand I was late, and I'm sorry for that. Stupid technical issues that could not be foreseen. Can we get some support? Can we get our first super chat of the day? We had a super sticker. Can we get our first super chat of the day? Can we get our first sub of the day? Can we get our first tip of the day? And can we get some memberships to get some momentum going? Who wants to get that first shot? And which shot do you want? Out of the 4 options, do you want one of the 99 fruits, or do you want the bourbon whiskey, the tequila, or the rum? Let's get some support flowing and get the momentum going, okay? Cool. Now, before we begin, let's hang out for a little bit. Let's see what's on everyone's mind today. Please tag me in the chats if you would like to talk. John here on YouTube, he says, Phil, looking forward to Mega Man shots and hanging out today. Sounds good. Me too. I'm excited. Got Off My Cloud says, do you remember the cheesy anime cutscenes that were in X4 back in the day? Because 8 arguably has even worse. I just remember the Mega Man X1 through 3, I believe, are SNES, and then 4 hit PlayStation and it added in the anime stuff. I just remember it had it. I don't remember anything about it. I mean, you're talking over a decade ago. I don't particularly remember them. No. I do remember that the X games get insanely frustrating at one point. Like, they're just not even good anymore. They just get really bad. And I was frustrated how bad they went because, Mega Man X, I always thought, oh, it's such a great franchise. But when it got to those games where it was the PlayStation ones and they, Mega Man was like not even in it anymore. Like, what the hell? Like, what is this crap? What is the light thing? I think it's just called Cobalt. So it's like a mix of blue and white and light blue, and it's just like this pattern moving across the background almost like a sky with clouds. I thought that would be nice for Mega Man today. How far have I gotten in Suikoden 2 so far? Basically, we're getting to the point, I think very soon, we're going to get set up with a base and start doing the open recruitment. We're not yet. We're basically, I think we just finished the big second battle. You know how you do the big battles on the battlefield? I think we did the second one. I think that's where we held off. What do you mean, Ortega? Is this Price Smart or Costco? What are you talking about? In what regard? I don't even know what Price Smart is. Can I get a shot in the house? Absolutely not. Nothing's for free in life. It would be great to get the first shot, for sure. I'd like to get that going. Rebecca asked, what are we going to eat today? That's actually a legitimately good question. I don't know. My wife and I talked about it this morning. There were many different options. We were looking at Hawaiian barbecue. We were looking at like a teriyaki place where you get like a bento box. We were looking at dim sum. And then we started looking at other places. We're like, man, I don't know what to get. You know, we're not doing a DSP tries it. It's open. So she's thinking about it. And we're going to talk about it over the day. You know, we're going to order later on in the afternoon. But right now we have no clue what we're doing. Yes, I would say Metal Gear Solid 3 is a good game to get into the series. Yes. Got off my cloud says in Mega Man X7, you can't even play as Mega Man until the second half of the game. Yeah, I don't understand where the infatuation went, where they said, oh, we don't care about Mega Man anymore. Let's just have Zero, like, be the main character. Like, then just make it Zero. And by the way, they did. Right? It went from Mega Man X to Mega Man Zero. I don't know. I think Zero is a fine character, but I don't understand why people just became so obsessed with him the way that they did. Well, Euthanasia, thanks for that, but I recommend that you tell me that when I get to that part. He's telling me about an Easter egg at Mega Man 7. You know, we still got to beat Mega Man 6 first, and then 7 I never played, so you please remind me of this when we get there. I'd like to see it, this Easter egg you're talking about, but I'm not going to remember. Does my wife drink? If so, what's her choice? Particularly Kat, over the years has liked different tequila drinks like margaritas and stuff like that. Every once in a while we do something a little different. When we go out, let me think. She likes Mai Tai. She has Mai Tai sometimes. Yeah. We're thinking of trying to get into like other things, like maybe trying wine and stuff. Cause that's one thing that I literally have avoided like my whole life is drinking wine. And I'm thinking maybe I'm the age where I could appreciate it. So maybe we'll start trying some wine and stuff. I don't know. Thank you. Squirtle likes the animations we have for Mega Man today. Yep, I set them up for the marathon earlier this month and brought them back for today. Pretty cool, right? Excuse me. Rebecca says, if I run out of Truly Unruly or White Claws, I should try Cutwater drinks. Well, I am officially out of seltzers, 100%. Don't have anymore. I do have a few of the nectar juices left, so I'm going to drink through those. And I also have some of the Smirnoff drinks, although the Smirnoff drinks do have a lot of sugar. So if they end up being like too strong, I might just get rid of them and get something else. So you're saying Cutwater? I've never heard of that, but I could look for it. Ian S., our first super chatter of the day, 10 pounds. Let's actually see what that is, USD, because I know that there's a conversion rate here. $13.51. What a weird conversion. Thank you so much, Ian. He says, what's your favorite 2D platformer, both retro and modern? Retro is the easiest question on the planet. Super Mario World. It probably will always be my favorite retro platformer. I've played more over the years, and I still just go back to Super Mario World as my reference point. I just think it was so much better than Mario 1 through 3. And all the ones after that came after, I feel like, I don't know. They just didn't have that feeling of spirit. You know, for me, that was like the best because Mario World was tied in or packaged in with the SNES. And I got it as a Christmas present. So on Christmas morning, here I am hooking up my SNES. I'm playing Super Mario World all day. Okay. And I even remember I got to the Chocolate Island. I got to that part of the game when dinner was ready. So the house is smelling so good. There's a Christmas ham in the oven. And my mom used to make homemade manicotti. So she would make this. And it's like the whole house is smelling amazing. There's Christmas music playing throughout the house. And here I am playing Mario World, just living it up, enjoying my life on Christmas Day what a great day and what a great memory. So that to me will always be the best retro platformer. Um, in regards to like a modern platformer, that's a tough question. There aren't a lot of them. When you really think about it, there just aren't a lot of modern platformers. When they do come out, sometimes they're great and sometimes they suck, right? Like sadly, Donkey Kong Bonanza, I feel, was very repetitive and underwhelming. But then you look at Super Mario Odyssey, that was my game of the year, right? What about Sonic Mania? That game was absolutely amazingly outstanding, but then we've had a few Sonic games that were underwhelming. So I would probably say, I would probably go modern platformer, either Super Mario Odyssey or Sonic Mania. I think they were both absolutely outstanding games that are best in class for what they were. You know, Sonic Mania really did play like classic Sonic. First tip of the day has come in. Now let's see if it's a troll. Yeah, it's a troll, so I'm just gonna ignore them. Can we get our first legit tip of the day from someone who's not retarded? And can we get a gifted sub on Kick to get some support from the Kick viewers? That would be great. To be honest, this week has been one of the least supported streams on Kick or weeks ever on Kick. Like we have less. Let me take a look. We have less than 50 subs on Kick all week. Holy shit! This is actually the slowest Kick week I think I've ever had. Hopefully, we can turn that around today with the marathon. Spawn Killer says, do you remember back in the day when you would get demo discs with Game Informers? I don't know if I particularly remember it with Game Informer, but back in the day, a lot of different magazines would come with demo discs, particularly during the PS1 era. And I would sometimes actually buy a game magazine just because it had a demo disc in it. And then you would come home and play those demos and see if you like them. And then you would either decide to buy the game, or if you weren't sold yet, you would go rent the game at Blockbuster Video or whatever your local rental store was. I had two. I had Blockbuster Video, and also there was a rental store at my local grocery store, and I would rent from both. Oh, really? Matt says, I remember one time someone sent you a message that said, I am Mega Man the Blue Bomber, and you said, you, sir, are an idiot. I did? I don't remember that. What was that? Was that friend request ridicule from back in the day or something? No, Mozzie, I already said it, my office luckily does not smell of beer. I guess I because I dried it right away yesterday. And also I don't have any beer stains on my chair, which I thought I would have. So I guess I lucked out in that regard. I mean, I need to get a new chair eventually. I've had this chair now for many years. I still like it a lot. It's still very comfy, but I'm feeling like I'm getting to that point where I'm gonna need a new chair. Maybe next year. Maybe like the first thing I'll do next year is buy myself a new chair for the new year. We'll see. The thing is, here's the catch with that, right? This chair is very low to the ground and does not have height adjustment. Okay, if I were to buy any other chair, likely it's going to be taller than this chair. Well, guess what that means? My setup's messed up, right? My tables won't be the right height. Now, luckily, both this table and this table adjust height. These stands behind me do not. So the stands behind me may be too short. And now I might have to change my whole setup. The background, I can't change the background. That's attached to the wall. So I might have to like see what I can do if I end up being like my head might be like here. So obviously I can adjust the cameras, but I have to see how I can fix the background. It might look totally different. Good morning, Mark. Mark, it is Saturday morning. He lives in Australia. He says, I had a tough Monday to Friday at work. I'm excited to watch the marathon today. I'm glad to have you here, Mark. It should be a good one. These marathons have gone well, right? They've been very fun and challenging. And, you know, especially once I start drinking, then they become pretty pretty daunting, but I've done well so far. Yes, I am going to change the background for Sunday when I come back. I'll change it out. I have no clue what I'm going to put back there for next month. I haven't even thought about it yet, so I'll have to think about it. I also have new animations for the new month. Oh, really? 4 Years Strong says, your marathon got me to buy the Mega Man X collection today. I know there is an X Legacy collection, right? I haven't gotten that one yet. Mozzie says, any new drinks I'll be having? Oh, I already showed them off. We have a high-grade rum. We have tequila. We have a bourbon whiskey. And, of course, we still have some of those fruit 99 shots left over. But we got some good liquor available. Who's going to get me to my first shot? Right now, we only have 2 contributions. We need to get some support so I can get my first shot in me and we can play Mega Man. It's a shot every $100 raised on the stream. Just like always. It's been like this for a very long time and it works. Okay. So, what if you guys want to talk, just tag me in chat and we'll do a little bit of talking and then we will begin Mega Man soon. Will there ever be a DSP tries it for wine? See, here's the thing. Wine, that's going to be a tough one. Why? Because wine, number one, is kind of pricey. And number two, the bottle, right? Wine comes in bottles, correct? So let's say, for example, even if I buy cheap bottles of wine, let's say I buy 4 or 5 bottles of wine, each one's like 15 to 20 bucks. I just spent $100 on DSP tries it, you know? It's more expensive than any food or whatever I've done. That's the problem with wine. And the other thing is, when you open a bottle of wine, you have to drink it fast, right? Like, you're not supposed to have wine open to aerate, and then the flavor dissipates. So it kind of like can't really do that, right? Do I like IPAs, to be honest, Dark Lord Zax? I don't drink beer that often. So I don't really think I have like a particular favorite beer or anything. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't drink beer that often at all to even know if IPA is better than something else. Would I drink a bunch of unique sodas for a DSP tries it? I would. I would need to know like what you guys are interested in. And I would have to see how available they are, and get arranged for that and get them ahead of time. But yeah, that would be something interesting maybe. I have never played the Mega Man Battle Network series ever. So I don't even know what it's like. I have no idea what the gameplay style is like. I know it's nothing like Mega Man, right? Like, it's in name only. And I know that Battle Network, I guess, got very popular at one point and people really like it. Has a big fan base, but I've never tried it. Any big plans for 2026 for the channel? Yes, in 2026, I'm officially retiring as a gamer and I'm going to become a world traveler. I'm just going to travel the world and vlog my travels and upload the videos after the fact. And that's going to be my content from now on. Now, hopefully that makes money, because if not, I guess I'm going out of business. It's a big gamble, but I'm going to bet the entire house on it, and we'll see how it goes. What do you think? Does it sound like a good idea? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about what is Battle Network like. Does anyone know what it's actually like? It's turn-based. Interesting. Trongate's Legacy says, if you're going to do beers, stick with cans because the bottles expose the beer to light and can change the flavor profile. That's interesting. I did not know that. Squirtle, I do believe I played a Mega Man on Game Boy, but I couldn't tell you which one it was. I didn't own it. I think probably one of my cousins, both my cousins had Game Boys, and I think I played Mega Man on one of their Game Boys. I never played it. Or I never owned it, I should say. Excuse me. Why do I hate Mr. Beast so much? I don't hate Mr. Beast. I don't care about Mr. Beast at all. I don't give a shit. He doesn't affect me in any way. He is, sadly, corrupting an entire generation of kids, but I can't make parents be parents and do their job. So if these kids get corrupted and fucked up in the head by Mr. Beast, it's not really my problem. I can't do much about it, and no one's going to listen to me anyway, so I don't care. Right? Who gives a shit? Now, Original Grant says, yes, but brown or green glass is supposed to minimize that, having the light change the flavor profile. Well, I don't know anything about it. Davhan says, most parents these days are kids themselves. They haven't got a clue. Oh, I know. Most parents today don't parent at all. They do whatever they can do to avoid parenting, and they seem to complain. Oh, well, what, my whole life is supposed to be my kids? Can't I have my own life? Like, this isn't fair. No, stupid. You had the kid. That's your life now. Like, literally, when you have kids, you stop being the protagonist, and your kid becomes the protagonist. Now you're just a side character. Do you get it? That's what it means to reproduce. That's what it's supposed to be. Not, oh, I have kids and they just run off and raise themselves and I still have my life over here where I'm super important. That's not how it's supposed to be. But these people are fucked in their head and don't have any feeling of maturity or responsibility anymore. They just want to keep doing like their single life fucking lifestyle while they have kids, which you can't fucking do. And that's why we have so many kids that are messed up in the head and doing messed up stuff. John, we don't know what kind of food we're getting yet. My wife and I talked about it. We debated it a little bit, but we're not sure yet. That's correct. Velvet Rope says, on the other hand, you don't want to be a helicopter parent. You want to find some kind of a balance. Exactly. You don't want to be ultra controlling of your kid because your kid needs to learn for themselves. If you literally dictate everything your kid does and you have so many limitations they can't make choice, then they'll never mature and learn, right? At the same time, if you're completely hands off and your kid has no boundaries whatsoever, how are they ever going to learn how to be a mature adult? How are they going to learn responsibility? How are they going to learn morality? They're never going to. So there is a balance and it's tough. And that's why, like I said, when you become a parent, you're no longer the protagonist. You now have to mold a new human to be a part of society, and it's your responsibility to make sure they succeed at that. If that kid turns out fucked up, if that kid becomes a criminal, that's your fault. You're the parent. You should have stopped that. You should have prevented it, and you should have been more of a part of their life to the point where they weren't going to be, messing up life for people. You know what I mean? Or their own life, for that matter. I do think that is one thing I will say. Why is it in our modern human society that parents are not held accountable for the actions of their children? Why? Because the truth is, if the parent did a good job, would that kid have gone off and committed all these crimes? Would they have been involved with drugs and robberies and violence? Why is it that when the kid goes on a mass murdering spree and they interview the parent, oh, it's a tragedy. No, the parent should be in jail now. Like, don't even interview them. They immediately are handcuffed and put into fucking federal prison. You're the reason all those people just lost their lives because you didn't raise your kid right. So now you fucking rot in prison for the rest of your life so you can't do any more damage to human society. Because we have no responsibility at all towards parenting, because parenting, apparently, I guess, do it however you want, right? Now we have entire generations of people who are growing up messed up. I just don't get it. Snow Carl tipped the buck. He says, I'm impressed by your thoughts on parenting. He says he's had a kid last year and he agrees with me. It's important to set your life aside to focus on things like that. Will I ever start a family? And like I said, no, I'm too late in my life to start a family. And as we have seen, there's so many absolutely insane people on the internet who stalk every move that I make and literally harass and mess with people who have no involvement with me just for the sake of trying to get attention, that I would never have a kid. I would never bring a kid into this world to be harassed for the rest of their life on account of this insane online mob. So it's out of the question. This person's getting banned immediately. They said, oh, if you adopted a kid, that would help with your redemption arc. Oh, yeah. That's totally the reason to adopt a child, right? Adopt a child and bring them into your life and take on the responsibility of being a parent to help you look good on the internet. Enjoy your permanent fucking ban, you loser. What a piece of shit. To even say that is so insanely disrespectful. You're done. Fuck off. What a fucked up person. Obama Club did a $2 super chat, and he says, GSP for U.S. Secretary of Reproduction. That's right. I mean, let's be honest. Humanity is getting so bad at this point. They should start having intelligence tests to give you the ability to have a kid. Seriously. Like, there's so many dumb fucking people having kids and then not raising them. At this point, I think that it should more be seen as a privilege than a right. There's too many dumb fucking people out there. You can't take it. There's so many things in life do you need an intelligence test for, and they don't take. You should have an intelligence test before they give you a driver's license. Seriously, I don't care about the driving test. How about an intelligence test? Because you can fuck your way through the test, but you could be a dunce, and then the second you get out there, your mouth drooling, you drive right off the road. You know? There's so many things that people should be tested for before they're allowed to have. How about a pet? Before you're allowed to take in 17 cats and 42 dogs, you need to have an intelligence test to see if you actually have a brain in your fucking head or if you're just a weirdo. But no. Just give all these people unlimited power and see what happens. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Anyway. Who's the member? There were 2 memberships here. One is Ross, MCC20. I think it was Ross. Ross, you were a fresh member this morning, correct? This was your first membership ever? I think so. So let's get Ross up on the leaderboard. Thank you, Ross. And then James, 25 months as a member, says Mega Man Battle Network is grid-based card RPG. Oh, I don't even know what that means. I literally have no idea what that means. So that's interesting. I'd have to really, I guess, get into it to figure that out. Thank you to The Block for a $10 super chat. He says, it is time to enjoy Mega Man. Yes, I'm excited to enjoy Mega Man today. Thanks, guys. Let's get that momentum going. Let's get to that first shot milestone at 100. Let's see here. Kit. We have another new member. Kit. welcome to the channel. Welcome to becoming being a member. Kit this morning. Thank you. Matt says this is America where the Constitution protects one's right to be stupid. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that's not what the Constitution says. I think a lot of people seem to misinterpret the Constitution quite a bit. And also, let's be honest, the Constitution was written in a completely different time, right? So I think that what's happened is we don't have people who are smart enough to understand that you need to have modern adaptations of what was intended at a time in the past, right? That's like saying you're going to read the Bible today and there's going to be something in there about, I don't know, because there's entire chapters in the Bible that has like these laws about like farming and stuff and shit like that. Do we still abide by that today? No, of course not. People say that was outdated. You know, you can still read them and understand it's from a different time period, but you know, you don't abide by those today, right? So then why are we going word for word off of a constitution that was written hundreds of years ago before any modern technology existed, before the population was where it is, booming, exploding? You know, there should be modern updates that are still in the spirit of what the original thing was, but you can't have a document written historically in the past that's going to be universally correct forever. You know, you just can't. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's see here. Violation Entertainment did a Australian $7.20 super chat. Let's see what that's worth. $4.71. What a weird conversion that is, right? So thank you for that. And he says, number one, where are your Hawaiian shirts hiding suddenly? I just didn't feel like wearing one today because I wanted to wear a Mega Man shirt for the Mega Man Marathon. To be honest, I had actually intended to wear this earlier in the month for the first marathon, and then I had like a brain fart and totally forgot all about it. So I was actually all this month saying, I gotta remember. So I remembered finally to wear it for today. So there you go. Now, he says, where can I get one of these coffee mugs? You mean this here? You can get that at darksidephil.shop. It is my online merchandise store. There's mugs, there's t-shirts, there's hoodies, and more. All right, I just received a generous contribution, a $20 tip. Thank you so much. I love that one now. That's one of my favorites. Thank you so much. That's Swagonito with a $20 tip. He says, what's up, Phil? What's your opinion on senior citizens having driver's licenses? Did you ever have an issue with them on the road? Yes, I think everyone has, right? I think there should be at least periodic checks. I'm not saying that senior citizens should not have driver's licenses. I think that everyone should have a periodic check to make sure that they are all up to snuff on the driving laws and that they are not somehow physically incapable of driving. Okay? Like, for example, let's say I got my driver's license when I was in high school, because I did, correct? Now, what if between high school and now, something has happened physically to me that now I really can't drive well anymore, right? What if, I don't know, I had a debilitating, serious back injury and I'm, one of my legs is half paralyzed? What if my eyesight has degraded horribly and I can barely see? Should I still have a driver's license that I can be driving? No problem. What should happen is maybe every 10, 15 years, you're required to go back and get a retest. You got to tell them about any medical conditions that may have happened or come up that may have affected you in some way. And then they do all these tests. And maybe it's like, okay, well, your eyesight decreased. You got to get glasses now. I do. I have glasses, and I wear my glasses every time I drive the car. Why? Because my eyes have degraded. So now I need them. I didn't need them when I was younger. I need them now for sure. Because now I'm getting older and my eyesight's getting worse. So I want to wear them when I drive, But how many people, they get older and they want to keep doing the things that they were doing when they were younger? And to be honest, I totally understand that, right? Oh, that's a cool animation. Look at that one. Another good one. So thank you very much, Hurundum. I'll shut that out in a sec. And listen, I totally understand that. As you get older, You want to still have the freedoms and the abilities of the things that you were able to do when you were younger. But at the very same time, what happens if you are putting yourself and all others around you in actual real danger because you're not able to do it at the right capacity to be safe? I think that society should know that. No, there should be a periodic test. And it should, it doesn't have to be all the time. Like, I think every 5 years, that's too often. Maybe every 10 to 15 years, you're required to go back and get a retest. Okay. And to be honest, traffic laws change, right? When I was a kid, when I was growing up, traffic was one way. Maybe the driving laws have changed since then. How the hell would I know? I'm not required to know. Right? So I think that there should be something, but that's not how it is in the States. In the States, you get your driver's license once and you literally just pay to renew it and you're good forever. The only way you ever lose it is if you get into like a traffic accident and you get caught out as like in violation of breaking the driving laws and stuff, then you can have it taken from you. But outside of that, you just keep it forever, which is pretty darn ridiculous. No one checks on it whatsoever. Okay, so Harundum, a 420 knock super chat. Let's see what that is here. Norwegian Krones. Wow, that is a generous $41.78 super chat. Thank you so much, Harundum. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. That's the biggest super chat of the day. That was 40. Here it is, 41.78. With that, it's official. We hit $100. It's time for our first shot. Wow. Because we're up to 102. Sweet. All right, well, how about this, Harundum? You are the biggest contributor so far today. You just got us to that first shot. You choose. So, Harundum, would you like to see me take a shot of tequila, a shot of rum, a shot of bourbon whiskey, or would you like one of the fruit shots, the 99 fruit shots? Say what you would like in the chat. Just tag me in the chat, and I'll take the first shot of the day. Very nice. I have no idea what you're talking about. Actually, this is a troll. I'm just going to ban them. Good. He wants the whiskey. Good choice. Good choice. All right. Our first shot of the day is some Bullet bourbon whiskey. Very nice. That smells good. That's good stuff right there. That's the good stuff. It's half empty, strange. Strange, it's almost like I can drink liquor for myself, not on stream or something. Whoa! 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 Idiot. Wow. Okay. Here we go. Oh, it smells so good. Here we go. Cheers, everyone, to a great marathon today and to good memories of classic games that will last a lifetime. Thank you, guys. Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Smooth, great whiskey flavor. You get that little charcoal, but it's bourbon whiskey. It's got a lot more of the, that aged barrel flavor. That's good. Good stuff. Good choice to start, Hanundrum. Excuse me, Harundum. Not Hanundrum, Harundum. My favorite whiskey, I don't know. In the last year, I've actually tried a few different ones. If you remember about a year ago, I tried my first scotch, and it was a blended scotch that had this like smoke, but also like sea salt flavor. And I thought it was really, really unique and good. Since then, I've had a few more. I don't know. The thing is, I'm not like a regular whiskey drinker. I don't drink it all the time. So I've only had a few. I don't really know which one would be my favorite. I'd have to try a lot more. Suggestive Gaming with a $2 super chat says, I love that shirt. I'm glad that you do. I do too. This is an old shirt. This is over a decade old t-shirt that I've worn from time to time. Perfect day for it, that's for sure. Would I have a whiskey bath? What? What? A whiskey bath? What does that even mean? Would I take a bath in whiskey? No. It's disgusting. Do I have any other Mega Man shirts? I had a Proto Man shirt, but I think I had to get rid of it. I think it got a hole in it that kept getting bigger, and it pissed me off because you can't get these shirts anymore, to my knowledge. So I don't think that I have another one. I had the two, but I think the other one's gone. Args says, if you like mixed whiskey that's smoky, Blue Label's up your alley. Expensive, though. Yeah, what did I have? I had one. I can't remember. I had a few. I've tried in the last year, since I could actually afford it now, I've tried maybe like 4 to 5 different whiskeys. Usually I buy the smaller bottles because I don't want to go crazy buying a big bottle of something I might not like. And I've had one that, like, the first one was really nautical, like salty flavor, but also smoky. Then I had one that was insanely strong. It was like ridiculously strong alcohol. I was like, oh man, I don't know if I really liked it that much because it was so strong. And there was another one I got in between there, and then I got this one. I don't really remember I don't remember the names, but $200 a bottle. That's pretty expensive. Dang. I don't think I've ever bought a liquor that was $200 a bottle in my life. No. I think the most expensive liquor I got was 80. I think it was like $80. Yeah, I don't think it's, see, that's the point. When you start getting into liquor that's that expensive, it's just like wine, right? When you start getting to wines that are so expensive, you really have to be like an expert to enjoy it. If you're just a plebeian like me who doesn't really know the difference, you're probably not going to enjoy it any more than if you drank another whiskey or another wine. So why spend the money then? But if you become someone who really likes it all the time and you're drinking different ones and you can tell the difference in the taste and everything, then I guess go ahead and spend it. But like for me, I feel like if I spent $200 on any booze, it would be, I wouldn't get the enjoyment out of it as someone who knows what they're talking about. So I probably wouldn't even bother. This is a weird amount. Let me take a look here. I received a $3.14 tip. That's a weird amount. And there's a big message behind it. Let's add it to the leaderboard and then let's see what this person has to say. They said, small correction. The Constitution actually does not grant you any rights. You and everyone around you are inherently born with rights. It is the Constitution, its amendments, and the Bill of Rights that protects and codifies the rights to limit the power of the government over those rights. The limiting part is the slippery slope, and where nobody is going to agree nor find common ground. As an example, you may limit 70-year-old people to drive, but tomorrow others will use the same power to stop 60-year-old people from driving. Won't be long until when you're 40 you can't drive because of another excuse. So they always think long term. It will, again, it's like we always say, it's not about black and white decision making. It's about moderation, and it's also about subjective stuff. It's so easy to put a stamp on something and say, this is allowed, this is not, this is right, this is wrong. And that's not how life works. Something that might be correct for someone over here is wrong for someone else. Just take a look at medical science, right? You might have something that works totally for one person and it kills another. So if that's not enough evidence of that there's not absolute truths like that, I don't know what other better examples there are. But humans like to simplify. I hate to say it, but there's entire groups of humans who don't want to think. They just want to roll through life and have everything predetermined for them, everything done for them. I just want to roll through life and coast, right? I don't want to have an intelligent thought. I don't want to have to consider or think. I don't want to think critically about anything. I just want to exist. I just want to wake up, open my phone, read celebrity gossip, troll some people on the internet, drink some coffee, do my menial tasks, watch TV or Netflix or whatever the fuck it is, have a drink, smoke a doobie, and go to sleep. That's my life. Literally didn't do any piece of any intelligent thought during that day, right? There's humans who literally, they would love to do that. So what they need is these things set out for them so they know what's right and wrong or what they're allowed to do and what they're not. And that's pretty sad because you're right. We shouldn't have people who are like, well, 70, you can't drive. Well, no, what it should be is when you get to a certain age, there's a test. If you pass that test to show that it's safe to drive, then you can. If you don't pass the test, then you can't anymore until you can prove that you're safe to drive again. Not just a definitive black and white answer. When you hit that age, you're done driving. Forget it. That's stupid. The absolutes are stupid. Because it is, it's simpleton thinking. That's like the thought of a 5-year-old, that there's superheroes and supervillains, good versus evil. That's not how life works. It's just not. And you learn that as you get older. But a lot of people never learn that. They never learn that at all. They just think in life that there's like good and evil, and that's it. That there's no different perspectives. There's people who come from different cultures and different situations, and you know what I mean? They don't understand it at all. Like, well, if you don't agree with what I think's right, you stupid, and evil and bad. Me good. Ooga booga. Now I scratch my armpit. Now I go light fire by hitting 2 stones together. Oh, man. Okay. Anything else, guys? Or shall we end our little pre-marathon session and, and start to get set up for Mega Man? How many DSP tries-its have I done? I think we're at 220 something. Let's see. Excuse me. 229 episodes so far and climbing. Yeah, but I hate to say it, this latest one ain't doing so well. So now this Flight of Beers taste test, which I did last night, it's been live for about 14, 15 hours. It's only got about 500 views, so we'll see how it does long term. Maybe it's just a slow early start, but typically an episode of DSP Tries It will get around 1,000 views to 1,500 views within the first couple days. That's not a great momentous start, to be honest. So let's see how it goes. Kit, you'll have to be more specific. Kit says, what's your favorite thing that you've tried? You need to be more specific. I've tried quite a lot in my life, and I'd like to know specifically what kind of things I'm trying that you're referencing. That's way too broad of a question. What days do I play CVS 2? It used to be called Friday Night Fights, and I try to do it every Friday, but the problem is that I can't really do it every Friday these days. Like, I want to, but like today's a marathon. I'm doing Mega Man. I'm not going to stop playing Mega Man in the middle of my marathon to play fighting games. So I try to do it every Friday, but sometimes it's Thursday, sometimes it's Saturday. I always have a schedule posted on my channel page here on DSP Gaming, so you can check that out there. You mean for DSP Tries It? So what are the favorite things I've tried for DSP Tries It? Oh, man. I've had some good stuff recently. Like, I was shocked at how good Jollibee was, except for their spaghetti. Their spaghetti was quite disgusting. But outside of the spaghetti, like, the chicken was good. The burger was outstanding. With the fries, too, right? Like, everything there. I just tried Shake and Go, which is a local business. That was outstanding. So it's weird because sometimes if you just go for the chain stuff that you end up getting crap, right? You just end up getting another burger with a crappy topping, like that barbecue brisket Whopper from Burger King. That was nasty. But then if you try some different stuff, you'll find some like diamonds in the rough. So that's recently. I know I've had great stuff. I mean, I've done DSP Tries It for over a decade. So it's pretty hard for me to think back and be like, oh yeah, this from 2013, this was a really good item. I don't remember. Euthanasia says the beer one was pretty boring and you did it way too late. The McDonald's DSP Tries It was way better because and that's my opinion. Well, here's the thing. They have to be timed properly. If I'm going to do a food-based DSP Tries It, it has to be done earlier because that's my dinner. So I eat it between my streams. I can't do that late at night because I'm not going to be eating a giant meal right before I go to sleep. Okay? If I'm going to do liquor, I can't do that in the middle of the day. I haven't eaten yet. So that's going to spoil my dinner. And I still have to work. I still have to do more stuff that day. So I can't, I can't be doing that in the middle of the day. So they have to be timed appropriately. Retro Danny, how are you today? 11 months as a member. He says, greetings, everyone. Shake and Go looks phenomenal. Yeah, it was great. It was seriously good. And I want to eat there again sometime. The thing is, I don't want to eat fast food all the time. Jollibee was great too. But I literally haven't eaten at those places since. I'm not going to. Maybe we will go back to them later on for DSP Tries-Its or whatever. But I want to stay away from the fast food as much as I can. I'm too old. Okay, anything else, guys? Great discussion. Love having this discussion before we jump into Mega Man. Try pizza with haggis if you're ever in Scotland. Wow. I've never had a haggis. I've never had a haggis, and nor have I ever seen it available anywhere to eat here. Something I might try because it is something different. But yeah, never had it. I wonder if it would be good on pizza. Do I trim my armpits? No. And I have really, really, really dense, heavy body hair, and it grows really long. So what I do is my armpit hair, I actually have it braided. It comes out like a ponytail down the side of my body here. You can't see it because I'm wearing a shirt. But yeah, I have a ponytail under the shirt of armpit hair. It's pretty cool. It's actually like it's good. What you could do is you can hang things from it. No one sees it, but it's like you can hide things underneath your shirt, hanging from your armpit hair. Oh my gosh. Ask a stupid question, get a silly answer. Yes, we're doing monthly marathons, Dark Side Dabbing. Where have you been? Where have you been exactly? We do them every month. This is actually a rare month. We're doing 2 in 1 month. He says maybe we could do a Street Fighter themed one and on a Friday, and it would still be Friday Night Fights. Well, we already kind of figured out what we're doing for most of them for the rest of the year. Next month, I think we're going to be doing a worst games ever marathon. October, we're doing a Halloween horror marathon. November, we're not sure what we're doing yet, but I usually do it on Black Friday. And then December, we do Christmas marathon. So, no, I do not wear contacts. Well, Johnny, I'm glad to hear that. He says I'm his favorite streamer ever, and he's been a fan since he thinks my first Dead Space playthrough. Do I wear thongs? Yes, I wear thongs. In fact, I wear more than one thong at a time. I wear 5 thongs on top of each other. It's pretty unique. Most people don't do that, but, you know, it's kind of a tight 5. It's kind of a tight fit, but I like it. It's special. Something different. Willie Boyd says for the horror marathon, try the Gone Fishing game. All right, so what I do, FYI, for the October marathon is I allow you guys to post up your nomination. So I'll have a thread on the post section of this channel, DSP Gaming on YouTube, and you'll be able to nominate games there. And the games that get the most nominations, I usually play. So you'll be able to nominate it and say, hey, everyone, thumbs up my nomination. And if they do, then I'll end up playing it during the marathon. Okay? Are there any limitations to the worst games marathon? Well, it all depends. Like, you see a game is one of the worst games, and you pick an RPG where the intro's 3 hours, what's the point? You know that in a marathon, I only play a game for like 45 minutes to an hour. So don't nominate games that have lengthy intros, right? You would think that if it's some of the worst games ever, it wouldn't be anything more modern. It would probably be like older games or whatever, right? Do I like Super Metroid? I do. I've never played through it. Well, I played some of it when the SNES library was added to Switch Online. I tried Super Metroid for a bit and I loved it, but we never went back to it. I would love to do a playthrough of Super Metroid one day. How can we play Concord? Said Stewart. You can't. There's no way to play Concord because it was online only. There's like Anthem. A lot of people have said Anthem's one of the worst games ever. You can't even get it anymore. I wouldn't be able to play it if I wanted to. Oh, Shaq Fu. See, I've already played Shaq Fu. I don't think it's available for anything modern. Shaq Fu arguably is the worst fighting game of all time. It's just atrocious. It barely works. All right, are we good? Any final thought? How about this? Last chance if you want to ask me a question or a contribution or whatever, because then we'll wrap up this early segment. It would be great if we could hit a goal right now. We have no subs on Kick. Can we get a single gifted sub on Kick? That would be great. And if we can hit a goal right now, and then we start with Mega Man, that would be perfect. To have one goal hit, and then we can get started with Mega Man. Well, not started, but finish Mega Man 6. We're halfway into it. No, I don't know what RMake 21 is. Never heard of it. Come on, now I'm serious. We had people who super chatted big. We have some tips. Let's get one sub on Kick, for goodness sake. You guys are sitting here watching every day. This is the lowest support I've had on Kick since I've streamed on Kick this week. Can we get one stinking sub to start the marathon? Just one. Am I going to drop Kick? Well, no, if there's not enough room in here to drop Kick. This is a small studio. If I drop Kick, I'll break something. Spinning bottle kick. Bethan King did a £2 super chat, says my support for the next meal. Thank you, Bethan. Well, the next meal is actually not the DSP Tries It. DSP Tries It is going to be this calorie mate taste test, which is going to be pretty neat, actually. So thank you for that. Yes, I'm doing shots bigger, dude. We already had our first. It was bourbon whiskey. Every $100 I take a shot. So if anyone gets me to $200, we'll take our second shot. All right. But I think we should end. We've been doing this now for about an hour and a half. It's been fun, but you know, we do have to get into the actual meat of what today's event is. So I think that we should wrap this up and get set up. I've never played No One Lives Forever. Nope. Excuse me. I do not actively watch anime. No, I do not. Every once in a while, I'll jump in and watch some, but I'm not actively watching any anime right now. No. All right, cool. Let's end the segment. Thank you guys. Pretty chill start to the day. Good discussions. Good silly stuff to talk about. Good support. And I think we should get into Mega Man again. All right, now again, just to remind everyone, when I start playing Mega Man, I have to concentrate on the games. These games are pretty challenging. I'll do my best between levels to talk with you guys, to do shout outs. And let's get some good progress. We got to beat 6. Then 7 and 8, I've never played before. So those are going to be first-time playthroughs, first-time experiences. Those should be pretty interesting. Okay? Okay. All right. Thank you all. Thanks for watching the beginning of Mega Man Marathon 3. Good intro. And now let's get to it. Excellent.